It is what it is. It bores the crap out of me, and he has nothing original. There's nothing edgy or original about him at all right now.
Well, he
He had a
ripped
couple of moments.
off Rick Steiner's Michigan Wolverines college jacket idea, and then you had to say like, "Oh, look, he's Al Bundy," which don't ever say a bad
I
thing
know.
about Al Bundy. You realize that Al Bundy scored
Polk High
4 touchdowns in one game for Polk
I
High.
know.
In a world where two retired vets decided their phone conversations about WWE and storylines would make a good podcast, only one podcast dares to predict the future, where every move, every feud, every moment is overanalyzed. Grab your number 2 pencils. Get ready to step into the squared circle. This is your front row seat to the storylines as you wish they were written. Welcome to the If We Had the Pencil podcast. Here are your hosts, Sean Green and Matt Jackson.
Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome to the If We Had the Pencil podcast. I'm your host, as always, Sean Green. And with me, as always, the original Can You Hear Me Now? Can you find the internet now? I just moved up from AOL to actual good internet. Well, he had to move sites. Anyways, with me, as always, is my tag team partner, Matt Jackson. Matt, how the hell are you?
Well, good. After I spent over an hour trying to figure this issue out, and I found out we got bad repeaters in the campground. So, a little 25U knowledge coming back.
Nobody will know this, but it's like take 58,
Yeah.
so it's all good.
I was debating whether or not to like lay in the prone while I looked up at the repeaters. I was feeling tactical, but no, really doing good. One thing I wanted to say last week, and I forgot, and I'll say it today, was about 8.5 months ago when Sean and I started this podcast. We had low expectations because we're realists. We're not expecting. We're not the second coming of Busted Open by far. So I kind of thought if we had 50 subscribers on YouTube by the end of our first year, I'm like, that would be great. Well, as of today, 8.5 months in, we're at 68. Please, saying that, we appreciate your comments. We appreciate the likes. I love looking forward to responding to people when they post, especially when they come up with like original thoughts and like really good conversation. I like that a lot. Please, if you watch the show, even if you don't love us, can you like subscribe and we can hit our magic number, which would be 100 by WrestleMania. I just think that'd be a cool goal. We're not going to be sad if we don't, but I think it'd be like a really neat thing. But again, please, on Facebook, not Facebook, on YouTube and Spotify. We're on Spotify as well, Apple Podcast, TikTok, Instagram. Please check out our shorts. I try to put up at least 5 a week, as well as the entire long-form episode, which Sean puts up upon conclusion of us taping tonight. Again, we thank you for your support. Happiest of New Year's to 2026. And Sean, we had some wrestling this weekend.
3 hours SmackDown, but because I'm a petulant child, we need one more subscriber so we can get to the magic number of 69. Because I'm a kid. So, like, for some reason, that's just a magic number. You figure it out. No, it's awesome. Now that Matt's hanging out in the disco over there. And yeah, we had a lot of wrestling this weekend. We had like the first 3 hours SmackDown. Ironically enough, it was in Buffalo, which I went up the day after for the Bills game, and I'm like, man, I really planned that weekend out like crap. I should have taken the day off and went to freaking SmackDown. That made it a whole thing, but that's okay.
And you could have grabbed the best looking T-shirt for merchandise that I've seen in a long time, and that's the Buffalo Sabres Randy Orton RKO Everybody shirt. I think
I saw that, and I was like,
I'm a Bruins fan, but it just looked good. The blue, gold, and white. It just, man, I'm like, that's a sharp shirt. So
they gave him a jersey too. He got an Orton jersey too. So like, I was like really happy about it, and that's how we kicked off SmackDown. Man, Miz came out. Okay, all right, I'm coming in hot, and I'm gonna bitch right out the gate. Okay, John Cena's gone. It's okay, and like the one thing that irked the crap out of me on SmackDown, and it's already getting under my skin, is I appreciate John Cena, but can we move along, please? Like, everybody had a reference back to him, and it's just like, yo, He gone now. But Miz comes
yeah.
out. Miz actually has a legit gripe-ish. But, like, Miz came out and kind of threw a temper tantrum. Then we get Randy Orton. And the only thing that Randy Orton was there to do was to RKO freaking Miz. I did like the fake out one right when he got to the ring. That was a nice touch. But,
Yeah.
yeah, it did what it did. It got the crowd going. And we were all like, yay. Who doesn't love to watch Randy RKO somebody, especially the Miz? So,
Yeah. And the thing
good
is about
times.
nobody hates the Miz. He's not like a hated guy. He's just a pain in the ass. He's annoying. So like when you see him get like RKO'd, it's like, yeah, because we all know that person that's annoying as heck. That I wouldn't mind RKOing. I could name some people that I wish I could RKO'd at the very least.
Miz does what Miz needs to do, and Miz
Yep.
does it great. And
Yeah.
like, I appreciate Miz, and he's actually been doing really good at putting over younger talent at times.
Yep.
He builds them up. I don't think you have Carmelo Hayes' success without his time with the Miz. So like, we got some digs backstage a little bit between him and Hayes. Like, thank you for getting out of my way so I can actually do what I got to do. All that stuff was great. But after that, we get Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, Charlotte Flair, Asuka versus the Kabuki Warriors, Nia Jackson, Lash Legend. It was a match. Didn't really care. I apologize to everybody. So my dogs decided they wanted to hang out during the podcast today, and Pumpkin likes to snore. So if you hear that rumblies in the background, that's not my stomach. That's my bulldog
I was gonna say
snoring away, cutting down the forest.
Sean's got the BGs, the bubble guts.
Yeah, no bubble guts today. I've had them before, but I'm good now.
Well, thank you for that health update.
Yes. Moving on. They do care. They should care. Listen, I had an emotional weekend, Matt. Stop riding me hard, okay? Like, all right, sidebar. So, like, those of you that don't know, this was probably, minus the 5% chance that all the moons and stars line up. This was probably the last game in Highmark Stadium, the old one. And it didn't really start to hit me until the 2-minute warning. And a couple of little things happened. So, like, we're season ticket holders, and the people that sit right behind me are also season ticket holders. They're great people. It's the one comes up from Erie, her brother flies up from Atlanta, and so like we're doing the whole like the realization like, oh my god, we're moving to the new stadium and we're not going to be sitting next to each other anymore.
So those are the people that
deal.
were in the pictures you sent me. You had a couple at the back.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Well, what's funny is the brother is a goof, and like I have many pictures because we always try to take a group photo at a game every time, so we could see who was at the game. And the brother, like a lot of the times, would just intentionally photobomb. So like he would always be in the background of my photos a lot of the time. So like there was that, and then then it started hitting you. It was like, oh my god, this is the last time in this stadium we're gonna sing Mr. Brightside. Then we got to the end of the game, and they did this. They had Google Dolls Iris playing while they're showing this whole montage video of like all the years there. You're seeing like old time players like Joe Cribbs, Bruce Smith, Jim Kelly, all those guys like doing their thing. The dogs move. So now I can sit up like an adult.
Nice
But
blanket too.
Yeah, Christmas gift. My daughter got it for me. So
nice.
It's all about Highmark today. See, I even got my farewell season shirt on, but
and you actually have better seats tonight than you do at the real stadium. You're somewhere between like the 20 and 50-ish, or between the 20s.
Hey, my seats are perfect, thank you. They're right between the goalpost. So every time you kick, you might not know it, but this beautiful mug is staring right back at you. So, no, it was just emotional because, like, you started realizing there was a lot of laughs going on, and it kind of catches up to you. So, it's all good. Like I said, Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, and team, they all go over. Like, okay, cool. This is just further drama for the, thing. And then after that, Kit Wilson kind of comes out and does a thing. he's kind of reinventing his character, and then Matt Cardona is back. Matt Cardona, not Zack Ryder. Zack Ryder is so 2025. 2026 is all about, Matt Cardona, which I'm sure Chelsea Green is thrilled about.
Yeah, and I liked what I saw in the ring, and I guess poor Kit, he's got to wait another week to continue his fight against toxic masculinity. He is entertaining. Who was his partner in what was it? The blonde
Pretty Deadly.
guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he like hurt, or did he get released, or?
He got hurt. No, he got hurt. He got hurt. That's why you haven't really seen Kit Wilson either, is like he got hurt and then.
Yeah, I know he's in a wheelchair for a while, rolling around backstage, yeah. But no, it was entertaining. It was actually a good match. It was a really good return, actually, for both of them, because we haven't seen Kit in the ring in a while, and then kind of see like the independent side of Matt Cardona. So I like that they did the name switch.
I like it because like we're in a new age of wrestling, right? Like you got so much access now via internet and everything else, and like some of them it just makes sense to just let them have their damn name, right? Like if you go out and establish yourself as Matt Cardona, for crying out loud, we don't need to call you Zack Ryder. You're Matt Cardona, right? Like we all knew who it was, and it's awesome, So like, and I was happy to see it back. And honestly, if Nick Nemeth comes back, I don't need him as Dolph Ziggler either. Though it would make it awkward if he does the zigzag. Anyways, but like, I'll take that. I don't care. We know who Nick Nemeth is, so yeah, just let them have their names. It's not that big of a deal. It's not like they're larger than life characters.
No,
where you're just it would be like it's not like you got Steve Austin coming out and being like, he's the ringmaster now. Like, no. You can't do it in reverse, right? Like, you got to do it the other way.
Like, they should never, like, let Nick Nemeth ever be, like, the Spirit Squad Nick anymore. That was terrible. They would just can't have...
We're going to get into some terrible stuff later on, but, woo.
Cool.
All right. So,
I love talking about terrible stuff.
I know, right? It's your toxic masculinity. That's the problem.
Happy New Year. Be miserable.
Yes. By the misery. Let the pain flow.
Get off my lawn.
After that, we get Sami Zayn out there, and we're back to Sami's going to be a world champion. Yay.
God.
And, like, it was like, oh, all right, we're back. And you even texted me. You're like, oh, my God, we're back at this. And then Trick Williams came out, and I was like, we were in a text chain with you, me, and Mikey, and we were talking about this. I was like, I really like that they normally when you get call-ups, especially from NXT, you get the respectful call-up, right? Like, I respect everything that you've done. And Trick Williams was like, nah, F that. I'm going to come down and freaking squat. And I also appreciate Sami calling him out on it. He's like, dude, everybody does this. And I was like, okay. It turned out to be a really good promo segment for both of them, but especially Trick Williams. Like, I'm excited to see. I like the character of Trick Williams so far. And folks, here's the disclaimer again, because I always got to put this out. Matt and I only watch main roster, right? We don't watch NXT, and it's by design. So that when these call-ups, and there's a lot of them going on right now, when these call-ups go up, we have a different perspective for you. Because anybody can, if you're a wrestling junkie and you're watching any little thing that you can watch, that's great. But, like, sometimes you need that neutral stuff, because we'll get into it when we start talking about Julia. Like, it's easier for Matt and I to tell you, yes, it's working, no, it's not, right? Like, Trick Williams, when he came out, it was working, and it was working well.
Like, it made me look forward to see what he's going to do, because, like, you're right, he didn't come out there and play the humble thing. Like, he kind of showed his ass a little bit, but that's all right. Like,
yeah, no, I liked it, and I like that everybody calls their shot at some point, but like, I like that he came in hot, and I liked it a lot, and I like that he didn't pull punches, and it's good for his character, because we're going to talk about some craptastic character work this week too.
Oh, craptastic! I love that word.
I know. I'm full of them. I'm jacked up on Red Bull right now. Let's go. All right. So after that, we get the United States Championship match between Carmelo Hayes and Johnny Gargano, and like it was a fun effing match, man. I could watch those two, bro. Like all that whole echelon of the Johnny Garganos of the world, the Ciampas of the world, the Carmelo Hayeses of the world. Whew. I watch those guys go, man.
Oh,
They
me
really
too.
do a great job.
Now I heard something that Ciampa is not resigning. I don't know how true it is. I've heard the rumor. I don't know if you hear it. I think that's
I
kind of a
did see that.
loss. That is, I think that's a little bit of a loss. And people now, right now, might be like, "Oh, it's no big deal. The roster's stacked." But I liked him and Gargano as a team. I like DIY. Like they were fun. And then when you added Candice, but I know I
If you're gonna be stuck at mid card, like I don't know, we see people come and go all the time, right? Like, and then guys come back. It is what it is. It's all part of the business,
and I think I can
you know.
understand with Ciampa because Ciampa's 40, so he's getting to the latest stage of his career. So he probably wants to test the waters, and either he'll probably end up in AEW unless he goes to Japan. But other than that, I mean, options are limited. But I don't know. Some of these guys are making big money on the indies. Karrion Kross is saying he's making like great money doing all these indie shows and everything. So I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, good for you, but
There's only
like
so much money that an indie promotion can give out, man.
that's my
Like
thought.
it's
Yeah. No, and then you don't
you
have the
know,
TV.
you
You
can
don't
say
have the
I'm
TV
doing
exposure.
great.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me
Get
search for
all
your latest match on YouTube.
I get all
Well, they
the free
haven't posted
catering,
anything.
man.
Yeah. Yeah. Free.
I got $20 in a box of Tim Hortons. Like, let's go. Like, I'm killing it right now. I got breakfast and money. Like,
Gosh.
like I'm not saying that he isn't doing okay for himself. He is a talent. So like, don't
Yeah.
take it the wrong way, but like, come on, dude. If you're not in the two biggest promotions, you're probably not smoking it on the indie circuit. Cause like
Yeah.
I said, there's only so much money to go around, right?
Well,
Like,
that'd be like Josh Allen leaving the NFL to go play arena football and said that he's making more money in arena football than he ever did in the NFL. So, yeah, I don't think
yeah,
that cup doesn't hold any water. But still, I mean, he's an intriguing person. We're not crapping on Karrion Kross by no means. He seems happy, and we're happy for him. But yeah, Johnny Gargano, I think we forget sometimes how good he is.
he is so good.
Yeah, and that was a good first opponent for Carmelo Hayes too. Like keep it
No,
going right out of the box. And I like that Carmelo's going to keep the U.S. Open Challenge going, unless he has to
he
handle
didn't seem
certain.
too thrilled about it.
No, no, I don't think you'll see it as much. I think they're going to phase it out over time, and that'll be
I
as
think
long
you
as you don't.
have to because it can't be like the expectation of that title
Yeah,
unless you make it about that title. And
yeah,
it's just like, which is kind of a cool concept when you think about it, though. Like, if you were like, yes, you win the US title, but you have to defend it every week. It's like TV titles, stuff like that. It
yeah.
would be kind of cool, you know, and it has to be an open challenge, like no set opponent. And it's like, okay,
I've said
but
for years that WWE should have had a TV title. This is before they had like 48
no
titles
more
now.
titles.
No, but I'm
No
talking
more
about
titles.
back in the day when they only had one world. They had two world titles, the IC. I mean, I'm talking 20 plus years ago. I said we should have a TV title. But those are always fun because then you have a time limit restriction to it. You can have fun with it. But yeah, gosh, if they keep making titles, like there'll be more people with belts than without them.
I have a belt.
Is
I
it
have my Bills one, so I got a belt.
recognized by TKO and World Wrestling Entertainment? Okay.
Yes, it even has a certificate of authenticity, even though it's not worth a shit because like that belt's been through hell, but you know, but it's also been to a lot of football games, so
There you go.
yeah.
So it
All
probably
right.
smells like beer and liquid cheese that's frozen to it.
Mm, definitely some alcohol involved.
Oh, that was
Definitely
why I
got
said that number
snow,
one.
rain. It's been through a lot.
Yeah.
All right, so after that, we get Drew McIntyre, just chef's kiss as a heel. We get the find out what the three stages of hell is. So it's what? It's a standard match.
Street
It's a
fight,
what?
street
Street
fight,
fight
and a
and
cage
then
match.
cage. And if I get a weak ass cage match, I'm gonna be pissed. Just for the record.
I think you could have went better route. I think you could have went. I think you should have had a standard match for a fall, but I would have.
Really?
First fall, yeah.
No.
But
I
instead of the cage,
disagree.
I think instead of the cage, I'd have last man standing or something like that. Or
It depends if you're gonna use the cage. That's my biggest beef, right? Like we put Jacob Fatu in the cage and we didn't use the cage. It was the most pointless cage match of cage matches ever. Like it
hell,
was dumb.
if this feud is that intense, then let's ramp it up. First fall, street fight. Second fall, steel cage match. Third fall, put the title up in the air. Ladder match.
I'm cool with that.
There you
That's
go.
what I would have done. I look the way they did
I mean,
it
it's not
was
like it's not
fine.
like Drew and Cody are gonna play patty cake in there. Like it's supposed to be a blood feud. Well, give us the blood matches, type of matches. Give us the violence. But you know it's gonna go
I mean,
three
this
falls. So the first match being a standard wrestler match. We'll see. I don't know. They screwed us last night on our hope for Braun. Please don't rip our soul out Friday night by having Cody
Oh.
retain.
We're gonna get into that, but yeah, there was also some great work done. Like Drew
Drew's-
kind of playing the hut and seek game with Cody. The Drew getting the picture of him, getting the picture that was printed off like a dot matrix printer of him and Dusty, and
Burning
Drew
it.
breaking the frame, then burning. Oh
Oh,
God, just his heel work, and then just him like taunting Cody, and like all of a sudden, like 6 security guys can actually stop people, which was impressive as hell. Because, yeah, but like no, there was a lot of good in that segment, and I love Drew's heel work. And honestly, I'll stand by my statement: Drew should go over.
I agree.
Drew deserves a chance to go around with the title, even if it's short lived, in front of a crowd. Now we had somebody in our comments, they're like, he didn't carry him through the COVID era. Bull.
Yeah,
bull.
no. Yeah, he was one of
You
the
know.
key guys, He was there every week. So, I mean, there was a few guys that were real players, but Drew was a constant.
But the
So-
point is like before COVID, Drew was already ramping up and he was doing great work then. And like I wanted Drew to go over anyways, and then COVID hit, and then it was like, boo. So like he got it, but he got it in front of television screens and no crowds. So I think Drew deserves to have some time in front of a crowd,
Yeah.
especially with how good his heel work has been as of late. Like he's been on a good heater for 2 years.
I just feel like if Cody beats Drew Friday night, what's there for Drew? Like you've kind of neutered Drew. Like he'll
Well,
have feuds with
that's-
other guys, but like you've kind of killed him as a worthy, incredible world title contender.
Well, they're doing a lot of that lately, and they're kind of shitting themselves in the writing room.
LA Knight they've done it with. Don't say they've done it with Braun Breaker because that was one match, and we'll get to that. But
We're gonna get to it because
Yeah.
I have a take, and it's not about what they did with Braun Breaker, but everything about this segment worked. It was great. I do not like any other iteration of Cody other than pissed off Cody, because like blah 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 Cody really just bores the shit out of me.
yeah,
So, he started talking and I'm just like, oh, God, make it stop. And there
Yeah.
was times with Roman Reigns too. So it's not just there's just times where if your blah 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 doesn't really go anywhere, I'm just like, ugh.
Well, I'm also tired of 10 minutes of blah blah blah. Like, man, 3 to 5 minutes, get it over with.
Well, he was rambling on about nothing too. Like,
That's what I'm talking
I think
about.
that's
Like,
part of the problem. But like, I don't know. It's been because I'm not captivated. I'm just like, you're just talking to talk.
I think I
You like
actually
the sound of
messaged
your
you
voice.
during. I think I actually messaged you while Cody was talking. I'm like, well, they found a way to drag out SmackDown for 3 hours.
Yeah, you did, and it was accurate.
So
Because after that, we get Julia and Chelsea Green. All right, so I said I was going to talk about this and how we have a unique perspective because we don't watch NXT. and other stuff. Whatever they're doing with Julia, I think in our text chain we were talking about, like, first off, why does she have a mouthpiece that doesn't mouthpiece? It doesn't work. And Julia goes over Chelsea Green, and I just couldn't give a rat's furry behind.
I don't
Like,
understand why they took it off Chelsea. The only way is if they throw her in the world title picture. But I mean,
I think
you don't.
you get the typical Chelsea Green, like, meltdown. Now we'll get a couple of weeks of her going to Nick Aldis, like, ah, throwing hissy fits and
I know,
temper
but it's like
tantrums, which is fine.
she just got it and they pulled it off her, and it's like
She don't need it.
Unless this is where
She
they're going to
doesn't need
squeeze
it.
in. This is where they're going to squeeze in Jordan Grace, I think, when she comes in.
Yeah, we got her creeping around now.
So
Like I said,
this is
there's
just.
so
I
many
just thought of
call-ups.
this. Maybe they would if they're going to put the U.S. title on Jordan Grace. Maybe they'd rather have her beat Julia than have her beat Chelsea. I don't know.
That's fair.
But then why would you have Chelsea lose to Julia? So I don't. It just to me it didn't make it didn't make sense. Kiana James is not a good fit for Julia. Like, all she does is talk about herself. She doesn't take what needs to be done to elevate Julia and transmit it. She's just a ditzy looking girl who's stuck up. Like, nobody cares. Like,
No.
I mean, God,
Well, and that's the whole problem. Like, where is the connection with Julia? Like, you see all these stands that are like deep diver wrestling fans, and they're like, "Oh my God, she's being booked horribly." No, she's not being booked horribly. We just don't care because we haven't gotten any character work. Look, you can be the greatest in-ring worker ever, but if I don't care about your character, I gives a rat's furry behind, man.
yeah.
Like, I really don't. I need the whole package. The greats were great because they were the whole package. Actually, you could almost accept a crappier in-ring presence with a strong character. You
Like
can't
The
go the
Rock?
other way.
Like The Rock. The Rock was not a solid wrestler. I mean, he was a showman, but he'll never be mentioned as a great technical wrestler or for his in-work ability. A lot of it was that got him over was his selling and his signature moves and his character. His character was so large that no one cared if the wrestling was not that good. But
I think there's a lot of the people from that from that Attitude Era that fall into that category. I mean,
sure.
some of them were neutered though. Like, some of them had impeccable in-ring capabilities, and they just never leveraged them.
Because
You know
they've
what I
always
mean?
had WWE's always had a different style than everywhere else. It's their style.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look at Brock Lesnar. I mean, honestly, Brock Lesnar, I mean, yeah, he damn well near killed himself doing a shooting star press, but, like, he was capable of doing it. He did a
Yeah.
lot of stuff, and, when you go back and watch highlights of him coming up, he did a lot
I
back in the
really
day, and he was
I
really
thought
talented.
I thought that the best wrestlers WWE had, like, that could actually really work, was that era right after Attitude Era, after they did the whole invasion, and then you had guys like, Kurt Angle was coming in, Eddie Guerrero and Dean Malenko, and Chris Jericho was there, and Chris Benoit, like, guys that just put on, like, awesome matches. To me, that era, I think they had some of their best workers ever, was that era, because they would just, like, Kurt Angle would do crazy stuff, and then he would drag Shane McMahon to do crazier stuff than him. I mean, Steve Blackman, you had a bunch of really good mixes of guys that were
You know, you
kind
want
of
to
let
talk
off the
about
reins.
you want to talk about somebody that really wasn't good in the ring, but man, he put himself over, was Shane McMahon. Like,
Yeah,
Shane McMahon, like, just did some of the most craziest crap, and you were just like, man, you suck, but you're nuts. Like, you would just watch him and just be like,
hey,
I gotta give
Mick
you
Foley.
props, dude. You're a lunatic.
Hey,
You
Mick
know?
Foley, hold my beer. I got to fall off of the Titantron, something.
There was so much stuff back in the day that, like,
I still
and what's
cringe when I
even
watch him
worse is-
and Kurt Angle though. That fight, the King of the Ring match they had, where they threw each other where he got thrown through the glass. I still wince when I watch that, especially when he got dropped on his head. Yeah, and
Well, and what's even worse is now that I'm older, right? Like, so when we're in our 20s, we're just like, this is awesome. And now that I'm old and broken and like, little things kick my ass, like going upstairs, and I'm like, ooh, feeling that in the knee today.
Yep.
Like, now that I'm in that age, and now you almost feel those big time impacts, and you're just like, ooh, how did you do that? I mean, look, anybody that tells me I have it on speed dial, man. Like somebody says something like, wrestling's fake. I'll just pull up Mick Foley getting thrown off the top of the cage and be like, how do you fake that? You
Yeah.
can't fake that.
And
He
again,
has his tooth in his nose. Like, you can't fake that.
and if they still don't believe, I would show them some of the spots from Kurt and Shane at King of the Ring. I mean, they did some crazy stuff.
Since we're talking about people just getting the crap kicked out of them, then we get this ambulance match between Aleister Black and Damian Priest. And for the most part, it was really, really, really good.
Yeah.
Like, really good.
Agreed.
Like,
it was way better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah. And, like, they did a really good job of using the environment around them. Like, Priest, like, throwing Aleister Black into the windshield of the ambulance was great. The only thing that confused me was when he tried to open the back door, but he couldn't open the back door, so he opened the side door. And I saw that as a missed opportunity. Like, I would have, I would have drugged the match out just a hair longer. I would have had Priest close the back door first, and he's like, well, ring the bell. I closed the door. They're like, you open the side door. And then right when he goes to slam the side door, Aleister Black like kicks him in his face. And they drag it out for another couple minutes. Like, it would have been just such a cool little detail thing. But they just, God, they always go vanilla, dude. Yeah, like, it's really frustrating.
Or once he had the side door open, he could even, because he put Black through the table and then threw him in the ambulance, right? He could have just bounced him off the side of the ambulance a couple times, stuffed him in that side door, shut it, and, like, call it a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But
there was something to be done.
But, well, obviously there was an issue with the door on the ambulance, which was kind of funny. But the match was actually fun.
Fine.
I thought it was a unique way, because we've been getting all these stupid stipulations match. Like, at least it wasn't a Buffalo street fight. I don't know what loser.
I don't know, but
loser gets buffalo wing sauce sprayed in his eyes or something. I don't know.
Ooh. That get some wing sauce in the. That would be bad. Actually, it was kind of funny because, like, some of the Buffalo Bills.
You just dip your head in the blue cheese. It'll cool it right off.
The Buffalo Bills were there, and there was one point where I think Priest was looking for something to beat the crap out of Aleister Black with, and Deion Dawkins, who's like the offensive tackle for the Bills, is like, here, take my Bills belt, crack him in the head with that. And I was texting you, I was like, dude, if he would have taken that and done that arena would have lost their crap.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I don't know why
you can say what you will about Buffalo fans, but we love our teams. Thank God the Sabres are better. But, like, we love our teams. And, like, any little thing that references our team, we just go nuts. So, like, it's really cool, though. But, no, it was a good match. It was well done. It was a good welcome back to welcome back to 3 hours SmackDown. So.
Yeah. I didn't feel like it dragged.
No, it really. There was a couple of spots where they went long on a couple of things where I was kind of losing interest, but overall, it was really well done.
You could almost throw another match in. Let's see what happens when it switches to Joe Tessitore and Wade Barrett. That's the only.
Yeah.
Can't wait for Friday. I mean, I just wish Michael and Corey would do everything.
Yeah. All right. So let's move on to Raw. Spooky, scary, Stranger Things promo. Like, God, can we beat this dead horse enough? I mean, okay. How do I put this? The start of Raw was really kind of cool. The way they started it with Corey Graves and Michael Cole coming out, the way Corey Graves went retro, cool ambiance and look, and then it all went downhill from there. You know what I mean? It was just like, I know. I thought
it
got drug out.
It didn't make me
You
want to
know,
watch it anymore. Like I watched the first season. I'll get back to it, but like you should have hopped up the show, had a couple of the stars there, got them involved with something. No, zero.
I've watched zero.
Just some like
I
really
haven't watched
weird
it.
like decoration around the ring. Nothing to really get you excited about it, other than they had Stranger Things on all the sideboards.
Yeah. So, all right. So we kick off the show. We actually get a tag match. We get a tag match between Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, and the Kabuki Warriors. And Rhea and Io go over. Good match, by the way, too.
Yes.
It was well done. And props to Kairi Sane. She had a really good match.
No, they all did.
She's probably, I mean, coming off of last year, she's probably like the third or the fourth female wrestler that I would say that's like most improved. Like she's really hit her stride. She's had a couple of clunkers, but she's really stepped up her game.
No, I think we found out where she really belongs, and that's in the tag team. That's where she performs the best, isn't it? And that's fine.
Yes.
I mean, guys made careers out of just being tag team specialists back in the day. There's no shame in that. Hey, if it gets you a spot and it gets you on TV and it gets you to hold titles, it's not a bad thing. So yeah, I like this match because at first I was starting to complain, and I realized it was all for naught because I'm like, boy, this is starting off slow, and I knew it was going to be a three. It would go 3 segments, so 20 minutes. So I got it, but like just looking back, once they picked it up, it was a really solid match. The last 5 minutes of the match was really good to close it out. So really nice ending. How they finished the match between Rhea and Asuka. Just good. It was good stuff, and I'm glad Rhea and Io got it. I got the belts. I think that'll make for better feuds with other teams. Charlotte,
No,
Alexa.
I agree. I agree, and we're gonna see some nice little crossovers, and those tag titles mean something.
Actually, after the promo disaster the Warriors had last week, where it was just god awful, I was like, they got to get the belts off them. They're just like, this is not good. They're getting heel heat, but not good heel heat. Like they were getting just like, oh, F off. Like, I don't want to see you heat. Like, I don't care about you. Get out of here. Unless someone's coming out to stop your ass, I don't want to see you. So I think that was a good move to put Rhea and Io, which is too bad because, like, I love Asuka, but, like, man, hearing those two I wouldn't even say cut a promo. I'll just say shrill into the microphone.
No, they should.
Terrible.
They should only ever do the pre-taped, sub-captioned promos
Yeah.
for those two. And
Yeah.
you know what? It's so funny you mentioned like go away heat and not the good kind. Like, please get off my screen heat, because you know who else has lost his heat? Gunther. Matt, I'm over it. I gave it 3 weeks, man, 4 weeks, whatever it's been. I'm done.
I was
Done.
texting you last night, like, I didn't like this. Like, I don't like the Gunther coming out and mocking the fans with his big goofy grin and all that stuff. So actually, when he started his stuff and then AJ came out, and I'm just like, AJ, just slap him. Please slap him. Hit him. Punch him. Kick him. Do something. Like, slap him in the mouth. Because, like, Gunther was annoying me. It was the way they're writing him after he beat Cena. I don't like it. It's like,
It's run its course, and that's the problem, right? And
right.
that was
Now,
the problem.
when AJ slapped him, which was a good slap, by the way, it wasn't. He didn't hold back on it. And, like, Gunther snapped. And I'm like, oh, here we go. And then, like, Gunther backed down. I'm like, oh, man, don't make Gunther look like a bitch. And then AJ's like, yeah, he ain't do nothing. So I don't know if he's like
Didn't like that
conflicted
line.
where he wants to run over people, but yeah, like I think there's a semblance of respect for a guy like AJ. So I don't know, but I'm not going to read into it. We were talking pre-show, and you say I'm like going Psych 101 or whatever on
Yeah,
it.
you were in the weeds, dude. Like we
I'm just
we got to let it
disappointed
ride
because
out.
I don't like how they've written Gunther since he's been back.
What would you have done different? That's the problem. And
Not
that's
have
what I was saying.
not have Gunther be
that-
the final guy. I'd have it have been LA Knight. So
Well, they really screwed up, because really what they should have done was that last match should have been that love letter that him and AJ Styles did. Like that should have been the end. The way that match went, oh my God. Even if AJ Styles would have went over in that match, you know what I mean? Does he need to go over? No, it's AJ Styles. But if you would have done that, that would have been a chef's kiss on top of it. But instead, we had to adhere to all these antiquated bullshit rules, unwritten rules, where it's like, oh, you got to put over the next guy and you got to take one for the team and blah, blah, blah. And you know what? At the end of the day, Cena's run looked stupid at the very end because you put a guy over that can't maintain heat because he had no character. And like, he still has no character. And like, I said it then, I'll say it now. Where do you go with him? He has nothing to latch onto. And even this goofy ass, like, I made Cena tap out like a little bitch, and I'm just gonna keep on riding it. It's like I said, Cena's gone now. It's time to move on.
I'm
So,
telling
like, other than having that in your back
Dominic,
pocket,
Dominic should have been Cena's last, and Dominic would have, because that would have just added even more heat to Dominic. That Dominic Mysterio should have been the guy that retired Cena.
I would have been fine with that too. But
And I like LA Knight because I think LA Knight needs a push, but LA Knight's not a young guy. I would think that the last guy to beat Cena, Gunther's not young. He's in late 30s.
But it did nothing for his character.
He didn't need it. We've said, he didn't need it. Like, Dominic could have used it. Carmelo Hayes could have used it. Like, well, I think Carmelo Hayes is cutting his own path now, and I think he'll be just fine. But like,
agreed.
Unless this is just part of, like we said, about Gunther's gonna like retire AJ down the line, and he might retire Brock. I don't know. I'd rather have Braun Breaker retire Brock Lesnar than Gunther retire Brock Lesnar.
Honestly, I'd rather Dragon Lee retire AJ Styles. I think that would be the ultimate.
That would
like
be
they
nice.
were tag team partners. They held the championship together, and like we go through all this long journey, and at the very end, it's Dragon Lee. You know, I think that would be hot.
Yeah, and not even a feud. Just
I don't.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
anyway,
it was
we get another title match. We get Maxine Dupree and Becky Lynch, and it was good. I think Maxine was a little clunky in this one, but it did what it needed to. I think she kind of came across as overconfident, which is what they've been building up to. And I think she needed to get knocked down a peg, and that's fine. And Becky did it, and Becky did it in nice, slimy heel, work by holding onto the rope, and then she screwed her ass out.
Riddle me this, because Maxine did I thought it was a botch, but she was going for a suplex or something, Becky was, and somehow Maxine fell down, but hooked the leg and made it into that ankle lock. And it looked kind of clumsy, but the end result was really cool. And Graves is like, what a counter, what a move. Like, he gets all excited, but when Becky pins Maxine and is holding on to the bottom rope, neither Michael Cole nor Corey Graves called it out last night. Live and on the replay.
No, Cole called it out on the replay.
Did he?
He did mention it on the replay, but it is what it is.
That's a nice way to not it still keeps Maxine good because she didn't get beat clean. Becky still had to hold on the rope. She had to cheat, whether she needed to or not. She still cheated, so it keeps Maxine rep. So I don't think
I'm actually kind of curious based off of last night. I wonder if Becky Lynch is on the put them over tour. So she did it with Lyra Valkyria. She's now done it with Maxine Dupree. Now we got Ivy Nile sniffing around. And it would be nice to see Ivy Nile now have a program with Becky where Becky can kind of make Ivy Nile significant. And that would be awesome too. So I like it. And I like it a lot. And I would have, Maxine beat Ivy Nile once. So what I would probably do is I would probably have Ivy go after Becky. Becky go, no. You got to get in line. Go take care of Maxine and then we'll talk. And then you get another one off. Then they're tied. And then later on we can get a payoff later. So I like that a lot. And it was really good. So credit to her. And then after we
had a Creed Brothers sighting last night. Haven't seen them on TV in a hot minute.
It's coming.
Even though they're in
building
a boat.
back up.
Well, I say that because I've seen footage of Chad Gable in the gym. I guess Chad is real close to returning. So
Chad been working that upper body like a mofo. Yeah, Chad's cut.
He's always been cut. I don't know.
Mhm.
He's jacked now. He cut and jacked. So yeah,
Yep.
I see him coming out at Royal Rumble. That's probably he'll be returning.
For sure. So after that, we get the Usos. Did you know the Usos are a tag team? You know,
Yeah,
and
world
they got the
champs.
titles now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
they're pretty
yeah.
good.
Yeah, I watched
And
a
actually,
little Yeet sing along. That was worthless.
so I saw a lot of discourse on X today, and it was all people whining and complaining, like, why are they coming out to Jay's intro now? Blah, blah, blah. I got a news flash for you, folks. Until the crowd stops yeeting, you're stuck with it, and it's going to stay with it. Jimmy might as well embrace it. You know, there is a possibility that it'll be spun off into a storyline where, like, we using your music all the time, Moose. What about me? Blah, blah, blah. And then they can break apart again. But it's not going away. It's fun. The crowd enjoys it. And when they're into it, it's really fun. So long as you don't do it halfway through freaking like Survivor Series, that would be great. You know, like, oh, I'm gonna take a timeout and yeet. Like, let's not do that again. But it's not going away. So just embrace it. But and I think a lot of people are using they're like, oh, they're back to a tag team. I hate the eating crap, so I want to get rid of it. And it's like, it ain't going away, bro. Just because you don't like it, the crowds love it. And we talked about it the other week. They're all barking seals anyway. So they'll just be like, that's me, Ooth. And they're programmed.
And it looks like Jimmy's having fun hanging out with Jay going through the crowd.
He's warming it up a little bit. Like you can see him loosen up as the weeks go by. Like he's starting to get into it a little bit more. So it is.
Yeah, but just last night, that was just pointless. There was nothing in the promo. It was just to get him out there and yeet.
There was a lot. There was a weird mix of significant stuff and just filler last night.
Yes.
It was really weird. It was like, this matters. It's a championship match. And then it's like, filler. And it's like, okay, well, because like, so Stephanie Fakir comes out in a boot and leg warmers. Who the still wears leg warmers in this day and age? I mean, honestly, Matt.
Was it a throwback to the 80s and 90s because of Stranger Things? Because she was dressed like...
I don't know, but whoever did her makeup made her look jaundiced as hell, dude.
Yeah, she was...
She was yellow. I almost started messing with the color on my TV. I was like, something ain't right.
No, because you would text it on the chat.
Right here.
Yeah, yeah.
And like, I was just like, what are we doing? So, yeah. And
well, Stephanie Fakir should never borrow Braun Breaker's body bronzer products ever again, is what I think has happened.
I concur. And then Raquel Rodriguez comes out and just destroys her foot and then goes backstage and destroys her foot. And I
like that.
I don't know if I loved it. I just don't know. So it's always that weird time of year. And we were talking about it in text where we saw this with Gunther like a year or two ago, where like he was working on getting his citizenship. So they kind of wrote him off the show because he couldn't go to Europe because he had to be stabilized or something. You know what I'm saying? Like it was more technical than like he was actually hurt or anything like that. So it makes me wonder, like, is that the case here? Did she really hurt herself? I mean, she was in a walking boot, you know, she trotted out there. They didn't really give an indication like she's going to have to vacate the title or anything like that. So it was like, yeah, I don't think it's
first,
that
I'm like,
serious.
I thought she sprained it, but now I'm thinking after how Raquel attacked it, I think it's just a work. It's a way to write her off.
And that's fine.
They're going to write her off till Rumble or maybe even later. Who knows?
Yeah. So good work on Raquel. I like Raquel going nuts.
I kind of like Raquel, like being a prominent picture in the world title right now. Like
I like that ever since Kevin Nash said something to her and told her to wrestle big or whatever the hell he said to her, that
lit a fire under her ass.
She has been who she needed to be. And then, you know, but since we're on the topic of Judgment Day, next we get Liv Morgan and Lyra Valkyria. And yep. It was good to see Liv come back. It was Liv's first action.
Well, actually, she's been working. She's been working house shows or live events. They're house shows, so she's worked a couple of house shows. But yeah, her first time working back on TV. I think she looked good. No one did anything really crazy, but they both looked good.
Yeah.
Thought Lyra really had a strong showing last night.
No, she does. She's a brilliant wrestler. So, like, it was what it was. So, let's get into it, Matt. The disappointment of the night, but we always got to
Well,
hunt the good stuff.
Well, first let's back up. Rhea and Io win the title, and what did I text you? Well, I guess Braun's not going over because how often do you have multiple title changes
It
on
was
a
my
Raw or
first.
SmackDown? You
It was
replied right back.
it was right out the gate because as soon as they went over, I was like, frack. I was like, he's not going over. And then like
And then
they had the other title change.
Becky went over, and I was like, ooh.
I
And
was
I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, okay, so they're gonna do three. Nah, they did two. I'm like, nah, they won't change all three.
yeah,
Like-
I kind of did the same thing. I was like, maybe. And then Becky went over. I was like, nope. But look, man. Okay. I've said it multiple times on this podcast.
We're gonna get
Hold
some
on.
hate talking about this match. We're gonna get
Yes,
some,
we are.
might
But we're
some
gonna get.
visceral-
Sean's going to throw the disclaimer out because Sean always has to throw this disclaimer out because it's important to understand my context here. Until this run, his current run in WWE, I have seen nothing of CM Punk. I know of the pipe bomb. I saw a video of the pipe bomb. But outside of that, I know nothing of CM Punk. I was deployed. I was working. I was all this, that, and the other. So I have no frame of reference, no nostalgia love for CM Punk. I have nothing for CM Punk. And I'm going to say it for the record. He had a backstage promo that made me yawn. His promo work sucks. Sorry, folks. It is what it is. It bores the crap out of me. And he has nothing original. There's nothing edgy or original about him at all right now. And
Well,
he had a couple of moments.
Off Rick Steiner's Michigan Wolverines college jacket idea. And then you had to say like, "Oh, look, he's Al Bundy," which don't ever say a bad thing about Al Bundy. You realize that Al Bundy scored four touchdowns in one game for Polk High.
You know,
so
I was just making the reference to the jacket, and it's really
CM Punk never scored 4 touchdowns in a high school football game.
No. CM Punk was never Lamar Jackson's teammate either. So Braun Breaker's got that over him.
CM Punk probably weighed 140 pounds in high school anyways.
Bro, I think there's two types of people on the internet today in reference to this match. There's the people that see it for what it is, and then there's CM Punk fans. And you can tell the difference distinctly. CM Punk fans thought it was like a great showing by CM Punk. I thought it was a shit show. And I thought he looked old. I thought he looked slow.
Yep, agreed.
And I don't think he looked very fluid. He hit spots where he needed to hit spots, and I don't disagree with that. But he didn't. Ever since they put the strap on him, I really just don't care. And I like I said, I don't have that nostalgia factor to be like, oh, I'm not a big fan of it, but I love it. And like, I don't get it. I don't get it. He doesn't excite me at all as champion. I wish he didn't have the title.
To defend him, because of his age, he's unable to do a lot of the repertoire that made him so big when he was younger. But the thing is, everybody gets older and can't do a lot of their younger repertoire, but they come up with other stuff to make them relevant or look good. And CM Punk, just none of his new stuff is... The go to sleep doesn't do anything for me. It's not... And this is nothing that pissed me about the match. Braun Baker beat the literal shit out of... And it was brilliant, the whole match. Right from the intros, like, I love it. Braun's just standing in the corner. He's not phased out by CM Punk's music. He's like a prize fighter. He's just waiting in the corner. During the ring announcements, just standing there like he's not talking shit. He's not acknowledging the fans. Like, even when the fans went to Bach, he just shook his head like, no, like, I'm not doing... He was in game mode. And it showed, like, every time he stayed in that game mode, anytime Punk tried to do anything, he had a counter for it or a reversal. And then once he started, like, talking trash to Punk in the ring or acknowledging the fans, that's
Yeah.
when Punk would get his opening. So I'm like, okay, I see where they're going there. Like, he's not there yet because he still has more to learn before he can be. But I understand why they wrote it. Doesn't mean I agree with it because CM Punk did a great. I mean, he got more miles flying through the ring last night than he probably got Sky Miles flying on the flight over there. He was like everywhere. And then
Yeah.
he gets put through a table, and then 30 seconds later, he's able to like do the knee and go to sleep and like pin him. Like
He just pops up. He's
I
super
mean,
Cena it,
it
man.
wasn't.
Like it.
Yeah, after 25 minutes of getting beat up, he gets put through a table, which was a cool spot. Like Punk should have just been like dead meat toast. The only thing he should have done was maybe kick out at 2.9, but not 30 seconds later. Like get up there and like hit him with the knee and go to sleep and like you beat Braun Breaker, who beat up on you for 25 minutes with a running knee and a go to sleep. Like
And I think that's the problem, right? Like his repertoire right now, because of his age, is limited. And like he took good bumps last night. The table spot was freaking phenomenal,
yeah,
but you took a table spot and then like you have the announcers like, "Oh, he's dead. He's dead. Breaker's just got to drag the corpse into the ring," kind of shit. And then all of a sudden he's just like, "No," and I'm up and I'm in. And it was just like, I don't get it, Matt. I just don't effing get it. And
it used to be if you were put through the announcers table, like you were like worthless for at least 5 minutes. Like you were just laying there, like trying to breathe while everything else is going on. But no, not CM Punk, not 48-year-old CM Punk.
well, and then to add to that, like when we were talking about The Rock earlier, right? The character was so large, so like you could have transposed The Rock into that match, and that match is amazing, right? Like because the character is so much bigger. The problem is that like all of his out of the ring promo work has been so dull, and it's just like he's stealing other people's crap, and then he's like, "I need this championship like I need air." Really? Really? Like, it's just so canned, generic. You know, it's like taking AI and be like, "Yo, write me a wrestling promo," and like, Chat GPT, Grok, whatever, just like, "Yo, here's your wrestling promo, sir," and he just comes out and rips a couple of dad jokes and bullshit, and it's just he doesn't, for me, for Sean, he doesn't come across as larger than life, and that's a problem because if his character came across as larger than life, then I'm willing to give you more buffer. You know what I mean? Cena was larger than life. So when he would go super Cena, you're just like, yeah,
It's
okay.
John Cena.
Yeah, exactly. Right. And in this case, he doesn't come across as bigger than life. Like he doesn't really impress me as champion right now. And it's boring. And like I know I'm crapping on him a lot. Like send your hate mail. Just make sure you subscribe first. You have to subscribe before you send all your hate
There you
this
go.
way, please. I'll take all the heat rounds. Send them. Send them. Let it fly because I know there's a lot of Punk stands out there, just like there's a lot of Roman stands out there. But this is how I feel about it, and it's really just, and it's very, I don't get it. And whereas Braun Breaker, I agree with you. That's probably the story. We'll get the Heyman like coaching him along and
That's why I'm interested to
building him
see
up.
like next week, like because Braun's going to be down and like, oh, I ruined it. I did this, and Paul be like, no, 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 you're okay. Like Paul's gonna Paul should be really good at keeping Brock focused.
So, and then we haven't even touched on this yet. Like Rey Mysterio and his little pack of luchadors, like trotting out, chasing off the rest of the division, which cool, except I don't get it from a booking standpoint. Like, yeah, they all got a beef with it, but like, where are we going with this? You know what I mean? Like, all right, if you're going theory, Logan Paul against two of them, cool. But once you factor in Bronson Reed,
Yeah.
what are you doing? You know, where are you going with that shit?
That's when you have
You
to
know,
find a bigger La Parka. So you get Braun Strowman and you put him in a La Parka outfit for one night. I don't know. The world's largest
he's got like
luchador.
food. He's got like food stains on his outfit, like
No,
from
but can you
his
just
show.
imagine? Can you imagine him in the La Parka outfit with that beard sticking out of underneath the mask? And oh man. Anyway,
Actually, that would be hilarious.
it would be kind of funny.
It'd be hilarious to have him come out as El Grande Americano and just be
So
like,
yeah, we were talking before the show, and I'm like, that brawl you like really didn't need. It didn't. I mean, but then again,
it was just a
it was
face-off
to get
division.
that. Yeah, that, and it was to allow CM Punk and Braun to catch a breath because they were going long. So, but other than that, the match was really good. Braun blew me away, and unfortunately I got on social media and people like, "Yep, see, this is why Braun's not ready because Braun had another botch." I'm like, I feel like going like, "Hey, asshole, you try to do a tenth of what that guy does in the ring and see if you don't like leave on a stretcher." Really, I mean, a lot of stuff he does is high impact, high risk, like the missed Frankensteiner, the jump up Frankensteiner. I mean, yeah, he missed the move, but like Punk sold it perfectly. Like he played it like he got biffed in the back of the head. He fell over. If CM Punk would have just done a forward like
Listen,
dive, it would have looked horrible. AJ Styles
nobody
a
is
couple weeks ago
perfect.
did that top ropey
I was
bot.
just about to go there. Like, he screwed up the phenomenal forearm. Like, it's okay. Like, you
All
know,
right, let's see. Let's see how I can break this down. Oh, so like the Olympics,
it is an
I know.
Olympic year.
Yeah, so like
Winner,
I
curling. Woo.
like that's the only time like I would ever watch like figure skating because it was for like the Olympic medal, that or the Summer Olympics, the high diving where they do all the flippity flips. Well, guess what? You get more points for a higher margin, a higher level of difficulty. But what do you end up with more? You got people missing quadruple axles and landing on their butt, and they get docked tons of points. And you got people trying to over rotate and trying to do like a high dive, and they end up like back or belly flopping. So, like the higher the risk, you got to have the higher rate of mistakes. So, I'll I'm not going to be like,
No risk it, no biscuit.
that's right. So
Go big or go home.
I
What
just
more
wish,
cliches do you want? I'll
I
just
just
keep on
wish,
throwing them out here.
can Braun just find a way to not fall on his head, like on the top of his head? Like, good lord,
Yeah, I get it, man. Look,
I just hate to see him get hurt.
the guy moves at 100 miles per hour. The guy is a powerhouse. And there is no, just because there's a flub, this is what I hate about the IWC, right?
Me
Like,
too.
it really annoys me. And if you like a person, then you're just like, yeah, man, nah, he can do no wrong. And it's just like, Braun's ready. Like, if you watch that match and you took away that Braun isn't ready, Braun's ready.
Oh,
Braun, would any of us would have looked at that match if Braun went over? Like, after Punk slapped him and you could have speared him right there, been done with it. Like, you could have easily done that. But to WWE's credit, they're trying to give us longer, better, more involved matches now. You're not just getting the cookie cutter 5 to 8 minute match. You're getting actual substance out of it. So, like, fine, do that. And I'm cool with that. But, like,
I just hate.
yeah,
I hated the whole match was good. I didn't like the ending. I didn't like how they wrapped it up.
I didn't either. Because, like I said, like, you killed the dude. Like, that segment should have happened at least 5 minutes prior.
And then like he doesn't do any post match selling. Like he went through 20+ minutes getting his ass handed to him. Like he's not
That's a
reaching,
good point.
holding his back. He's not like wincing while he moves. He's just like, oh, I win. Everything's good. Happy time. Like let's start the post show party in the ring once the cameras go off. Like come on, man. Sell like don't be a douchebag. Sell the effects of the match after, because I'm pretty sure Braun Breaker did. I bet you he was walking back holding his head after the GTS all the way back up the ramp. He sold it in some way, but there's Punk like posing in front of his barking seals.
Yeah, I know. And like I saw it with one of the clips on Real last year, like when they wanted Punk to go over at the Rumble or something like that. It's just like he doesn't need it, one. Two, like he doesn't enhance the championship. Outside of a rivalry with Seth Rollins, I don't care that Punk has the title. In fact, it degrades all that because like I would have just had listen, you've had LA Knight chasing for 2-3 years now, and he got over for like a month. And like you could have done that with Punk and it would have been so credible. So credible. It would have been, oh, he's starting to get it. And then you have like an Austin Theory thing happen, or oh my God, he's so close. You know, Heyman still screwing him over. But no, you gave him the title by default, technically, and you just went, here, we'll get the fans what they want, which I didn't want, but I know they got a lot of people, a lot of the seals out there. CM Punk, you know, so.
Oh, but
They're
no, really,
happy.
that's Raw in a nutshell. I do think that Breaker's going to win the world title at some point this year. It'll happen.
For sure. But like again, like what are we doing? What's CM Punk's story? Like that's the thing too, right? Like that's why we got to be.
He's the best in the world. That's all he needs. He's the best in the world.
You can't be a great face without a great villain.
I know. I'm being
just
sarcastic.
God, but that's my point. Like you could have had such a more substantive story with him. And like now it's just going to be him dragging the title all the way to WrestleMania, and then he'll wrestle Seth Rollins or insert whatever, you know, Braun Breaker, whatever. And it's just like, okay. You know what I mean? Like if Cody drags the title to WrestleMania, I'm not going to give a shit about that either. Like it's not just the CM Punk problem. It's a storytelling problem. Because I just don't care. Like, and the problem is, it's hard because faces chasing is compelling, heels chasing is because you're not supposed to like the heels, so you don't want to enjoy the path of them trying to get there, unless it's Drew McIntyre. But like, you know, so why? So you're going to have both your world titles held by faces that are going to drag it all the way to WrestleMania. Then you're going to get a match, whatever match it may be, insert said match. And then what? Like your whole build to Mania is going to, I think this year's Mania is going to suck. I have that vibe now. Outside of the women are going to do phenomenal. But like on the men's side, it's going to suck for both world titles.
I'm gonna
because
wait.
now we're gonna get this
hold.
3 stages. We're gonna get this 3 stages of hell thing, and somehow, you know, Cody is gonna go over, and then when Cody goes over, that's the indicator. There's gonna be no title change with those two until Mania.
Yeah, I don't like that. Like, mix it up. At least one of them.
I would settle for one.
So
I would settle for one, but like, it's just not compelling now. So,
well, I'm just like I said. If they don't let Drew go over Friday night, where does that leave Drew?
You buried him.
You have.
You buried him.
And what are you gonna do? Send him to Raw like it's putting a fresh coat of paint on him?
You can't because he's already had a thing with Punk, so that's off the table. So now he just gets relegated into the abyss. That's my point, man. Like they're really. I'll give it a little time, man. But right now, I ain't got a good.
I'm gonna hold off on my vibes for WrestleMania. Probably see how we do after Royal Rumble. That might give us a good idea. I don't want to say Elimination Chamber because that's too close, but I'll give.
No, I'm gonna say right now, depending on the outcome of Cody McIntyre,
that's
really gonna set my vibe.
That could too.
Like right now, there's still a chance, and if they screw that up, I'm just gonna be like, because like if we just get the pumped up Cody and he goes over, like you can only heat up McIntyre so many times.
I mean, just on our little podcast, I put a short up and people comment like, yeah, I'm down with Drew. Drew should have a reign, even if it's short, 30, 40 days. I forget who was that posted, but yeah, like right on. That's cool. I was thinking maybe 60, you know, whatever, but 30 or 40, at least it's not about the length of the reign. It's about giving him that moment. And he should get that moment. And you know
He's worked his ass off. Stop and think about this when it goes to Drew McIntyre. think about how he heated himself up, not just for Cody now, but he heated himself up for Punk too. Like hot. And he did great heel work in that too.
And then when he was
like
the face, the whole program he had with Roman with Clash at the Castle, that was, I mean, everybody was wanting Drew to go over.
at some point, you got to let him get over.
Yes.
You got to. And like, fine, let him beat Cody. You have enough stipulations in that match that it's not going to make Cody look weak at all. So, but you know what?
I wonder though.
baby.
I just wonder if that ref's going to come into play Friday night. The ref that he had to apologize to. I wonder if that ref is going to be a part of it.
Woosah.
Because if
All
they
right.
have that,
You
if
know
they have
what?
that, if they have
Yeah.
that 160-pound
That-
ref cost Drew the world title, I'm like,
Yeah. Nah. But you know what? It's okay. We're into a fresh week. You found some good internet. You hunted the good stuff, and in this case, good internet. We made it all the way through. So, Matt,
I got blinky lights that change color now.
you got a freaking disco going on.
Yeah,
I
it's
wanted to
actually-
like turn my lamp on here and just start twisting the knob, like just to get a little bit of the vibes going on.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a foam machine. We're gonna have a rave.
Hell yeah, chem lights and the whole nine.
Man, the average age of the people at this park's over 50, so we'll just have a Viagra rave. No ecstasy
Just
here.
watch out
Just
for the
Viagra.
upside down pineapples.
Nope. No pineapples allowed.
Boy, all right, Matt. You know, no pineapples, but we want subscribers. Tell everybody
do.
where to find us.
Again, you can find us on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. I think that's it, right? Did I get them all?
Hell yeah! Make sure
Yeah.
you check us out on social medias too. Hey, next person to subscribe, you're lucky number 69. 69.
We have
And
nothing
we're
to
just
give
at-
you. We have nothing to
No.
give you, but you can say like you were the 69th subscriber or whatever.
Exactly. You could be awesome number 69. And then also think about it this way, folks. You can go, let's get to 100. We have until WrestleMania. You know, it's back in Vegas, so let's roll the dice. Ha!
Yeah.
Anyways, no, listen. Thank you, everybody, for your interactions. Thank you for your comments, your likes, your subscribes. Keep talking about our shorts. Give us your ideas, man. And like I said, I'm a big boy. I can take it. If you don't like what I said about Punk and whatnot, let us know, man. It's awesome. It's cool. That's why we talk. Change my mind. Or here, I'll do this with my Red Bull can. You know, the guy sitting at the table, like, you know, CM Punk's overrated. Change my mind.
There you go.
But, nah. So, for real, so, folks, we love y'all. We love doing stuff with you. We'll keep on keeping on. And let's all enjoy the new year. You know, so we're getting up there in our episode count. And again, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. But until next week, we'll talk to y'all later. We're out.
Peace out.